You ever been at your D&D game and thought, hey, what if I just knew where everything was? What if I could just find that troublesome quest item with a single thought? Or even just make a character that makes my dungeon master ask, why? Just why? Well, I might just have the character for you, the Radar Ranger. With this build, nothing's going to be out of your reach and you can locate anything and anyone. As we get started, I want to clarify I am not designing this character to be optimized. This is just how I would build this if I was to bring this to a table. The idea behind this character is that you excel at fighting things you might encounter and use your locating abilities to regain expended resources. You are essentially a radar beacon and can track things at both short and long range. This build primarily revolves around two abilities from Ranger and Wizard. Ranger's Primeval Awareness and Wizard's School of Divination's Expert Divination. Primeval Awareness allows you to spend spell slots to detect aberrations, celestial dragons, elemental fae, fiend, undead, all within 1 to 6 miles of you, depending whether you're in your favorite terrain. Expert Divination states that when you cast a divination spell a second level or higher, you regain 1 expended spell slot, with a high spell slot regained being 5th level. Combining these two abilities with a variety of divination spells abundant in both the Ranger and Wizard spell lists should give a great variety of detection magic while allowing you to regain your lower level spell slots for your other spells you may add to your arsenal. While leveling a Ranger Wizard multiclass should be interesting, this build starts coming together at 3rd level Ranger and 6th level Wizard for a total of a 9th level character. For this particular build, I decided to be a Drow for the Perception Proficiency Trance and Drow High Magic feat, which I will get into later. For racial stats, I'm using the Custom Origin feature from Tasha's Culture to Everything to modify so I will have a +2 in Dexterity and a +1 Intelligence, opposed to the normal +2 Dexterity, +1 Charisma. Assuming you're using point buy, I would go with a stat split of 8 Strength, 16 Dexterity, 12 Constitution, 16 Intelligence, 14 Wisdom, and 8 Charisma. Whatever way you choose to generate your stats, just make sure your Dex, Intelligence, and Wisdom are at least 13 to meet the multi-quadrant prerequisites. My preference would to start as a Ranger for the Armor and Weapon proficiencies, as well as 3 class skills at level 1. At 2nd level, I decided to go with Blind Fighting Style for blind sight range of 10 feet. Even without the use of magic, your senses are extremely tuned, so it just kind of fits the character. This is also the level you get to pick your first 2 Ranger spells. My choices would be Detect Poison and Disease and Hunter's Mark. It seemed like a good choice to make since they are both divination spells and not available on the Wizard spell list. 3rd level Ranger finally has you unlock Primeval Awareness, as well as your Ranger archetype. Horizon Walker seemed to be a good fit as it gives you Detect Portal, which allows you to sense the presence of portal within a mile, because at this point, why not just pick everything that has Detect or Locate inscription? So after 3 levels, I feel like we've been spending too much time outside, and now let's get time to go inside and do some book learning. The next 6 levels will be dedicated to gain degree in divination and then graduate with a master in sonar and radar detection. While leveling through Wizard, I'm going to be picking the following spells: Identify, Detect Thoughts, Locate Object, Mind Spike, See Invisibility, and Clairvoyance. Normally I would also learn Detect Magic, but we actually be getting that by choosing a feat for our first ability score improvement, Drow High Magic. It just feels appropriate since it gives us the ability to cast Detect Magic at will, which just gives more flair to the character of we're constantly pinging our surroundings for any traces of magic in the area. Now that we have hit 6th level in Wizard, we finally get our key ability for this build, Expert Divination. With this feature, whenever we cast spells like Mind Spike or Locate Object, we will get our lower level spell slot back. This even makes casting Hunter's Mark at 3rd level useful since it gets a 2nd level spell slot back. So you get this instant trickle down effect that keeps getting you your expended spell slots back without needing to rest. This will especially help out since we don't currently have great concentration saves, and having more spell slots to work with should compensate for us dropping concentration whenever we get hit. With this build's key abilities finally acquired, you can finally go out and put that degree to work. While this character does not deal a crazy amount of damage compared to other classes at this level, it does have a great amount of utility. Using the 2nd level divination feature Portent, you can replace 2 d20 rolls every long rest with a roll you had saved from the beginning of the day. This should come in handy if you need to guarantee a perception check for tracking or just have someone fail a saving throw. Horizon Walker's Planar Warrior feature is not terrible either, since it gives you an extra 1d8 damage to attack rolls as the cost of a bonus action, and it also converts the damage to force. We're probably going to need that extra damage since we don't currently have extra attack, so 1 attack per turn, we kind of need all the damage we can get. You also have a great spell selection for the 2 classes that can greatly improve your in and out of combat abilities. Cure Wounds, Magic Weapon, Absorb Element, Shield come to mind, as well as Tiny Hut and Fly. If I was going to continue this character to 20th level, I would probably go furthermore in a Ranger to 11th level for extra attack and 2 more favorite terrain choices, and the Distant Strike feature. My final levels would be going 9th level Wizard to learn Locate Creature and have the ability to upcast spells to 7th level. Even though we don't have spells at 7th level we can cast, there are plenty of spells we can upcast to that level that should give us great utility. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and found this build interesting. If you have any different ideas on how you would build this concept or even suggestions for future builds, please comment them down below. Thank you and have a nice day.